Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very brief pre-show here before Dignitas and Snipe. My name is hi-rez Bart. That's Drybear, and we are almost underway here with the fourth game Dignitas will play. Still looking for their first win.
Man, they are just put the ringer this week. They have 4 matches in the first 5 days. They got 1 day break, and they're just hitting every single one of the top teams after swapping the roster with 3 players being swapped out. That's huge. I mean, it's just like a punch to the face here. And, you know, they're performing. They're definitely putting some shots in, but they obviously have some glaring weaknesses they have to work out. So the question is, can they actually iron those out going into the next week or even going in today against Snipe? Snipe is not the top team we've seen so far, but they definitely are performing. They're currently going into this 1-1. Dignitas is 0-3. So Snipe, you know, they definitely had a strong match against Thirst previously this week, actually the second day of the SPL. They were ahead, and then they couldn't win a team fight and lost the match.
Yeah, couldn't get it together here, but our first picks and bans coming out, ladies and gentlemen, on the side of Team Dignitas with the first ban. Xing, who is their picker and banner, although not the captain, will be banning out Zhonghui, who maintains his 100% pick ban rate.
It's worth it to note that Xing came from Snipe.
Yeah.
And so now Xing is banning and picking for Dig against his old team. And Snipe's been in his team for a very long time. In fact, he was one of the first ones to start that team way back when Snipe was the first a thing, you know. And so now we're seeing if he can actually, you know, prove himself on the new team, or will he lose to it?
Final bans coming out, Serket, Ra, and Loki. Serket, the final ban for Dignitas, Ra, and Loki banned out by Snipe in the first picking phase, which means that we're going to see Mercury first pick almost undoubtedly here unless they value Rom or Geb higher.
Zhonghui and Mercury are always the, hey, we banned everything. Is it still available? Okay, pick it.
What else is left? Yeah.
Yep.
But what I've liked so far about the Pro League is there's been a lot of bans that have been really high priority, I feel like, and it's opened up these picks. You know, we've seen a big variety in God's Pan.
Yep, we certainly have, except for Mercury. He's always there. Across the way, Snipe has 2 selections to make. They're going to make him very quickly here. Chalk locked in immediately, and Nemesis locked in as well. With Zhonghui away, we're going to have Nemesis locked in anyway. Nice. Dig now has 2 selections to make. The question is, what is Naw going to play in the mid lane? Isis didn't work, Ra didn't work.
Well, why not try Giannis?
Well,
hey, look at that.
Hey, what do you know?
And likely to follow this up with their support selection is Team Dignitas, and they will take the Geb there. So Mercury, Giannis, Jeb secured for Team Dignitas. A lot of carry potential there between those first 2 picks.
Oh, we have a new Wa.
We'll get new Wa actually drafted here before the next banning phase. Of course, this will allow Dignitas to ban out Athena, which they most likely will do, forcing Snipe into that Bacchus or Amir pick. Or any other Guardian they so choose, but Bacchus and Amir being popular. Though Sobek's seen the light of day a few times here in the Pro League as well.
He has. I mean, he's played solo, which, you know, and the problem with him playing solo is that when it got to mid and late game, the damage that Sobek puts out is too delayed for them to be able to do any person in the fight. But we did see Eonic actually play a very strong 3-0 and 11 Sobek earlier this week, so that worked quite well in the support role. We'll see this had a ban out here. Looks like they're banning out Apollo as their pick on the side of Snipe. Across the way, I imagine Athena would be the selection of ban, and looks like it's not going to be. They're going to be banning out a jungler here in the name of the one and only truly desirable ban ever known to the banning phase of Team Dignitas. Here it's going to be the wonderful and beautiful
the god of stalling Freya! There she is. I guess it was tough to find her in the list of gods to put up on the screen there.
It's a hard one.
On the other side, taking a look at Rom is Snipe, and they're going to lock him in. Final 2 picks available for Team Dignitas at any moment here. Will it be Zapman's Uller coming to the front lines? It seems likely considering it's still in the pool. There they are looking at it, as you can tell.
Yes.
And they still need, well, either their solo laner or their jungler, depending on what they want to do with Mercury. For Lassus. No. 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 I'm not even going to, because then he's going to switch it to Arachne.
And
now he's going to switch it to Ymir. Oh, okay. This is going to be solo lane Ymir for Xing.
Yes. And it's going to be Mercury in the jungle. Now, it also could be the other way around. I mean, they could do Xing solo with Mercury.
It'll be solo lane Ymir for Xing, for sure.
For sure?
The Pawn just said as I was walking in the room that Xing's been playing basically nothing but solo lane Ymir in ranked.
Well, it works. We know Zalia ran it for a very long time. It's very powerful, and it certainly works on the character. So we'll see. I mean, it depends on where they put Chalk. Chalk, I imagine, would be into the solo lane as well, so not really the easiest kill target, but keeps it alive and keeps it running. We'll see how we contrast a damage Amir versus a support Amir that we saw last match. 0, 13, and 12, not a very good look for Trickstank on Amir, and so we'll see what Snipe's going to do with it.
Ares actually locked in. Okay, so Snipe's on Ares.
I like this.
Now, really this. Why do you ban Freya when they've already picked Nemesis? Because of Hunter Freya, maybe?
I guess. But then again, is it really that big of a deal?
They had Rom as well.
Yeah, I guess for the jungle. I mean, realistically, you're looking at a lineup here, and Mercury. I mean, Mercury does pretty good against the Freya, but it could be just one of those things.
Well, like where are they going to put Nemesis if they had drafted at that point the Rom, Nemesis, Nuwa. So they have their mid laner, they have their jungler, and they have their hunter. The only real positions that Freya can go to already were drafted.
I got nothing.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
Life
But
is sometimes a mystery.
it really leads right into the Diamond Emir in the solo lane, as obviously the progression that goes with the picks there. But it's going to be Shing in the solo lane with that Emir, which is going to allow a lot of rotation potential into the mid lane. Of course, that Frost Breath, he does have that kind of Guardian-esque. Now, he does work as a jungler. He works as a solo laner because he scales really well with damage. He's one of the most damaging Guardians in the game.
And Glacial Strike is on an 8-second.
Oh, yeah. Plus, the slows are eternal.
That's really
great.
what makes it work.
Yeah.
8-second cooldown on Glacial Strike. There's maybe one or two other abilities in the entire game that have 8-second cooldowns. None of them with the type of scaling or damage output as Glacial Strike, which of course is Emir's number 2. So with that, he's able to clear the wave and harass enemy laner. It is a hard spell to hit, though, onto actual players.
Yes. Slow plus a delayed animation, and it's not really that big of an area effect either.
Okay. I had it wrong. Rom came after the ban. So they did ban up Freya out of the hunter role. Rom came after. They picked Chalk in those first 3.
Oh,
Got
that'll be it.
Thank you, production, for updating me on my foolishness.
Well, is that going to be it? I mean, look at this right now. We're going to see Geb, which is fantastic. And I'm curious to see how Na is going to do with that Giannis. Now, he struggled incredibly rough with that Isis, and of course, kind of came back a little bit with the Ra, used that more utility aspect. I think that's kind of his way in here, using the utility of the character he's playing to kind of amplify the damage his team is doing. And Giannis definitely does that, right? So he'll be able to portal through walls, keep himself safe, while also getting a lot of movement speed out of it, put the threshold on the ground, portal through, get a good burst. The question is he going to be at the optics level of hitting those ultimates?
I don't know. Well, who knows what Na has been doing. I would assume we could look at his last play games and have a decent understanding of what he's been trying to get up to speed on. Na has struggled pretty heavily throughout the Pro League so far.
Yes.
Did make it over 1.0 KDA, though, with a pretty nice performance in their last game. Unfortunately, Dignitas still did lose that. Snipe, on the other hand, has had pretty interesting game. We'll see. Another kind of question mark here is Jerby's Nuwa.
Well, Nuwa is a pretty straightforward character, right?
Everyone's Nuwa is a question mark, I think.
That's right, but it's not that challenging of a character. I mean, the minions are powerful. They kind of charge in, allow you to combo into the Shining Metal. You also have the fog that goes in, and it's more of like, can you place the damage? I think the question that goes beyond that is, how is Jerby going to play Nuwa? Because as it stands right now, as far as top level play, there's 2 ways to play Nuwa. Either you go full mage burst Pem, or you go full mage CDR and just ult as many times as you can.
Right. The vision is so good. And with a Nemesis, she's pretty mobile. Although, I think if you were going to see the CDR style Nuwa, you would have seen more gods that can cover distance faster, like an Apollo here, instead of banned out, picking that up.
Or just more single target.
Right, or more single target. Because if you can ult all the time, you get so much vision. Because every time you ult, you see everybody. And if you have gods that can close distance super fast, you have a Mercury and a Nemesis and an Apollo or something like that, then it makes a lot more sense to go that CDR, spot them out, let the assassins do the work. But here, it's likely to be the high burst Nuwa.
Well, it'd be fun to see as well. We've only seen one Nuwa in the Pro League so far, and it's exciting to see how professional teams will utilize the ultimate and time it with engagements. Because you see a Nuwa in your match, Nuwa got a kill for me when they escaped, instead of, I'm going to do 80% of their HP, I'll let you know when that happens. Please ult and coordinate that together.
Well, let's go ahead and introduce Team Dignitas here. They are the order side team fighting on the bottom of the minimap and the left side of your spectator UI. It's going to be Shing in the soul lane as a Ymir. Na will be your mid laner as Giannis. Last is the captain. In the jungle as Mercury. Zatman will be your hunter as Uller. And Dare to Care will be the guardian as Geb.
And on the opposite side, it's going to be Snipe here. Coming up on your screen left side, you're going to be not Snipe. There goes Snipe. Kiki or not is going to be your soul laner, who's going to be playing Chuck. Jerby in the mid lane with that Nuwa play. And Continental the Guardian with Ares. Allied is going to be your hunter with Rom. And Weaken in the jungle with Nemesis. Getting ready to roll on out here. We are getting ready to match. And it's head-to-head, guys. Snipe and Dig have yet to play each other yet, so we'll see how it works out for them. Going to the jungle is all 5 members from Team Dignitas, and they're looking for a possible invasion here to get a nice start. The question is, will Snipe actually ward it?
Adventure's Blade. Rank 2, why not?
Oh, I love this. I love this so much. This actually works incredibly well. This is something that has been used before by a lot of the Mir players.
For sure.
That's right. I mean, that's the big thing, is that you pick up that the blade that prevents all the winged blade that prevents all of the slows.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing. Emir has trouble with slows.
Yeah.
You prevent the slows, you can kill everyone. And we saw that last game with Trickstick. Every time he got slowed, he couldn't self-wall, he couldn't get initiation.
This rotation from Dignitas has been spotted out by Snipe, and they're going to dodge. They're just going to run back to their tier 2 here. Level 1 Amir pretty strong as well.
Well, they've also got a possible portal if they want to pick it up. They've got a possible special delivery if they want to pick it up. Shockwave, Axe Stun from Zapman. They have a really great level 1, but I don't think they really figured out, and I would say this about most teams in the world right now for Smite, no one has perfected the art of the invasion, right? Because they just, I'm going to run up the mid lane and run through their ward and try and kill them right when the game starts. You know, it's like,
right.
There has to be some kind of level of complexity there, and then you flank around the full lane on the left side and go around the common ward spots and wait for the jungle buff to start, or whatever the case may be. Realistically, it's the point where, you know, sometimes you do get a successful gank and it doesn't mean anything, you don't gain any gold, and so a lot of times people just say, we'll try to invade, if they spot us, we'll back up. If not, we'll get something for it. You know, not really investing too much into it, and that's what we're going to see here from Dignitas. They'd run up, they're like, if they didn't war, we might catch a kill. If not, let's go do it.
Yeah, we'll fall back. They don't want to fight us anyway. And well, let's talk about this.
Last drop low here.
Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the right side here. Yeah, Lassus is fairly low, and Drybeard's looking pretty ugly.
Oh, almost the hog came out. They're going to steal away the blue buff there. Kiki's going to pick that one up. Needs a wall or something, or maybe even a freeze. As Shing Havoc and slowed down there by the raining blood.
A lot of mana there.
Whew.
Shing used a lot of mana and doesn't have his blue buff available. It's going to make it tough for Ymir. But for now, let's check
no hog either
on this duel. And that's right. I mean, he's got his work cut out for him, certainly. But Shing knows best, we would assume, considering that he has been a professional Smite player for some time now. Dignitas' duel lane here in Uller and Geb. Very, very potent. Pretty standard. In Continentia and Allieds, much different here with Ares and Rob. I mean, you can see what this is supposed to do. You land chains, you land the chain slow from Allied with those astral arrows, and basically you just can't go anywhere.
Yep.
The issue, of course, is that you stack all those things up and Geb shields and the target's fine. Right, he's going to have all that purge. So picking Ares into a Geb is a little bit suspect here, as he just does so much to counter. I mean, Geb's number 3 counters Ares' ultimate on a single target.
Well, I think what it's going to do as well, and this is what generally happens when you have an Ares and enemy team plus a lot of bursters, it'll force someone down into the route of Aegis Amulet, right? And it's the same thing if you go for a Nuwa, if you go for a Poseidon, if you go for all those characters that really, you know, get countered heavily by Aegis. If you put an Ares in the team, they're forced to use their CC immunity, and they're forced to use their Aegis to avoid the pull from Ares, and all of a sudden the big burst like Nuwa ultimate coming from above can't be protected. And so a lot of times it forces their active items and combos with the amount of damage you're able to do, especially like a Rom ultimate and Chalk ultimate with a silence, and then they can't avoid. That's the thing. They have the Chalk silence combo as well. Chalk can go in, silence everybody. They can't pop their CC immunity. They can't pop their beads or Aegis, and they just get pulled in immediately. So there's a lot of synergy there on the side of Snipe, and I think Ares is a lot more valued than, or should be more valued than he currently is. I think he's definitely a higher echelon of Guardian than we've seen so far. But look at this start here. You can see a lot of push coming out on the Shing on the right side here, getting pushed out pretty heavily. Oh, good thing, good note in chat. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the Smite Twitch chat. Jeremy is now playing a character where he can't miss his ult.
Yeah, guaranteed win for Snipe. If Jeremy doesn't miss, well, I mean, you heard it. If Jeremy hits his ultimates, they win games.
That's true.
And this is a game in which he will be hitting his ultimates. Haha. So clever.
Haha. He's gonna go home pretty shortly here, I would imagine. Hog 3 has been picked up. Shing has he wants to go home real bad. Real bad. He's got no mana left, half HP, no hog, can't clear the wave effectively, and of course his blue buff has taken it away. Kiki has had a perennial blue buff for the last 3 minutes straight because he stole a blue buff and then went back and got his own, and so it's really hard here for Shing to keep up in the lane. But he is a very
good thing he's
Shing.
a Guardian, right? I mean,
Yep.
he can eat some of these minion hits and kind of deal with it. And you know, the CC that Amir brings to the table will help supplement what they you know have in terms of the Geb plus Amir front line's pretty ugly.
It is.
And so once Shing is able to really maneuver around the front lines, and you'll know that if you get hit by 2 Amir spells and then auto-attacked, it hurts pretty dang bad. And Context will let a chain onto Lassus, but Geb is there to make sure that nothing else comes of it.
Zapman left side is going to clear out this whole wave. As we do see, backpedaling is Allied. Allied needs to make sure he wins this lane against the Zap, and that could be a very big point of success for Snipe, but he's already about 200 gold behind again. Allied, or actually not 100 gold now as he clears out that wave, as it's wave to wave. But, you know, the biggest criticism for Allied is that his GPM is among the lowest out of all of the hunters, and so he needs to figure out a way to get that gold gain back up to the top of the charts. Jerby's going to be heading home here. I imagine to finish his boots off here. Going to pick up Purification Beads 1 just in case, and head back to the wave. Shing has gone home, bought up his Winged Blade. A lot of HP, a lot of attack speed, a lot of movement speed. Cooldown reduction, of course, cannot be slowed for that duration that passive is active. Still no hog, though.
Yeah, well, it's the CDR that's good. That's really going to help him out here, because now Well, that ability is now on a 7-second cooldown, which makes it all the more better with his winged blade finish. Maybe it's 6. What's the percentage on the winged blade? I just don't see it on 10%. Yeah, 7 seconds.
7.2.
Yeah.
7.2. It's not that big of a gain, but it's enough to feel it.
It's a gain.
If you live in the world of milliseconds, it is definitely a big, big world for you. Blue buff on the right side is going to be taken out here. Then pick up that blue buff and go back to the lane.
1,500 gold on the Zapman with the Morningstar. That means likely a Transcendence.
Transcendence. Uhl with Transcendence is a great choice. You can see already low on mana, and he has a lot of abilities in his kit. And if he's free to use them, jump, stun, movement speed, attack speed, get a shot out of the range. Of course, does a lot of damage. I actually played against a jungle Uhl last night.
How'd it work?
It worked really, really well.
Yeah, I mean, he's got good clear. Mana really being his primary problem probably in that role, but Bumba's Mask, Hog 2, and some mana pots should be all right.
Bumba's Mask, Hog, and Physical Potion.
Oh.
Yep. It worked.
Wait, does he have? Shouldn't have gold for that.
It was Bumba's Mask, no Hog. It was Potion and then a bunch of healing.
Bunch of regen, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, right side Shingen and ulti here by Weak. You can look for the shot on Shing, but he's so darn tanky. Chalk going in, but turning back around.
Yeah, the wing blade was like, nah. Nah. And it's a great item against Nemesis. Nemesis so potent, but sprint 3s and wing blades counter that ultimate. No slow for you.
No slow for you indeed. Last is going to head on home here. What will he pick up is the question. Warrior top B. And he's going to pick up Ward and go back out to the lane here. Actually did play against last night, too. Played some Thanatos. What a jerk.
What a jerk. Well, yeah, he is a jerk. Old Lassus. Using his superior skills to beat players that aren't him.
I know, right?
What a guy.
Rude.
Supposed to be the nice guy, too.
Allied's got the Devoure's Gauntlet completed across the way. We do see Zavin's finished off with that Transcendence there. Blink 1 on Dare to Care. Look for the initiation with that ultimate, of course. Going to shoot away last to clear the wave as they do go back to the mid lane. Derby is here. Derby has yet to ult.
He's 100% hit rate, though.
Yeah, it's true.
So far in this game, Transcendence is done. On to Zapman. Shing is going to get his boots up and running as well here sooner than later. Nah, 0-0-0. In fact, we have no kills on the board yet. 6 minutes, 45 seconds into this game, ladies and gentlemen. But nonetheless, Snipe been getting the better of the map. About 1,000 gold and 2,500 experience, in fact, going their way. A lot of experience.
A lot of experience indeed, and it's making a big difference so far. I mean, 2,100 experience is a big gain for Snipe, and Dig seems to be falling behind in the early stages, so looking pretty sharp here. On the left side of the lane, jumping in for looking for Allied. Axe going to come out, not going to land though. Allied is able to avoid that pretty heavily. Now looking for some blades.
Zabbing a lot of trouble.
Ultimate, Zabin coming through. Rom ultimate there. Zabin's going to go down. Allied baited that out flawlessly. He was just walking into a mousetrap.
Yeah, he got had. He was had, I tell ya, had.
Man.
That was very tough for him. Zapman likes to play that aggressive game, and, you know, they just rotated around him. In fact, he had a ward that spotted out that rotation a little bit earlier. It looked like he was trying to make some time for his jump to come back online and get that Giannis ult there so that he could get back out. But Zapman, once again, getting punished for being too aggressive.
Yeah, he had the vision of Weaken coming in there, but he decided to go for the fight. I think realistically he was just focused on the kill. Allied, you know, of course he did have the minion advantage, so he had a full wave that was fighting Allied, and so he had the, you know, the fact that he could block the shots of the minions. He could get some extra damage from the archers, of course the melee. They get close enough, but just was not paying attention to the map and just got jumped on there by Weaken. The ultimate came out after the fact on Gnaw, and so the teleportation was not going to be there in time regardless, and so he just got he got had, to put in the words of Bart. Looking at the numbers right now that we're going to see 1,500 gold in favor of Snipe, 2,500 experience in favor of Snipe. Going home is going to be last. He's going to find Kiki or Nah. It looks like it'll be a Nah here as he backs off into the jungle. Wicken is in the area. Does he have an ultimate available? Looks like he does not, but it'll be coming up shortly. He's going the way of that Yoden's Wrath before the Chins.
Yeah, I mean, and look for, you know, I was a little bit surprised there when Amir's sitting at about 400 HP. We didn't see the new ultimate come in, and then the dive from Chalk and Nemesis. Those two characters are very good at diving towers between the two of them, especially. Gator Care's rotated all the way to the right side lane to, I guess, ward up and put a little help to his flailing Amir here in Shing.
Well, flailing indeed. Portal on the ground coming out from Gnaw in the mid lane here as they rotate over. Last is going to go home here. Let's see what he's going to pick up is the question. He's got his boots. Going straight into Heartseeker, actually. Very bold build. Actually, we haven't seen this just yet from Mercury. In fact, we haven't seen much jungle Mercury.
We haven't. It's been primarily a hunter or solo laner the last few days. Well, especially in Europe as well. A little bit off the mark with that ultimate there is Gnaw. Not going to have aggressive enough positioning. Putting down a portal ahead of time. And that's going to allow Ares to blink in. And, well, there goes Dare to Care. Up to the air is Allied, throwing in some damage over the top. Dashing through his last stun of yet. Nuwa takes this guy Damage coming out onto all players. Shing getting very low. Shing to fall to weaken now, and the chase is on. Derek going to fall, not to fall as well as Jeremy with the burst. Zapman's going to rotate over, but he might go down as well once these spells come back online. Now it's Lassus looking around. His ally dashes forward. Nothing more doing there. It's just a 3-man for 1-man trade in favor of Snipe. Dignitas digging themselves a hole already.
Yeah, that was a really rotation there. We saw the ultimate come out from very weird. Looking for the stun here onto Last. Not going to find it there. But, you know, here's the thing, right? Naw ended up ulting because he saw that people were jumping out. Oh, Zaman in trouble in the mid lane. There goes the Slicer dies. They have the ultimate available. Looks like he does, and no distance to cover there, but he's dropping very low to the minions. But
where's the duo?
Dignitas was thinking, okay, so they're jumping on our Guardian solo laner. Let's pop the ultimate. And so, you know, Shing's got a wall. He's got a stun and get away. I mean, it wasn't a full commitment there. And even then, the ultimate's not going to do a whole lot of damage at level 11 for Giannis. He needs more scaling to make it be a big, you know, strong factor at long range. And so we saw Naw pop the ultimate there. And then, of course, right when the mid camp started, we saw 3 members from Dig go right inside of the camp and stand there. And so Incontinential's like, oh, you're going to stand in a giant circle. Let me just jump in and ult and force all your cooldowns, and then they spread out, and they just didn't have any protection there. So it didn't seem like Dignitas had a plan going into that.
Yeah, and another thing that also happened in that fight is that Allied, you know, wandered over through the mid lane here, used his ultimate, and threw in a couple extra 100 damage there that helped secure those kills.
Well, that makes a big difference. I mean, that's what Rom does best. I mean, he's got that distance. We got CDR on Shoes of Focus there. Nearly capped out, actually. He's at 25% between the 2 items, so we actually did pick up a 3rd CDR item on Shing if he really desires to. A lot of wards on the ground for both teams here. Actually, credit goes to Data Care for warding the map like a G. Jerby going back to the mid lane here up against Na, who's clearing the way. Jerby actually, as far as the gold goes, sitting at 5,600 across the way. Na is at 5,400, so a 200 gold deficit. Looking at the numbers right now, it's a 2,100 gold lead and a 5,000 experience lead at 11 minutes for Snipe.
Yeah, they're getting a lot more out of this map right now. And even with Shing's Amir, the soul lane doing okay, it's just not really bringing any kind of pressure. Chalk is perfectly happy to farm up, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this be a game that Kiki does go for chin size just because he's getting so much farm.
Well, he's got the gold. He may as well keep running with it. And that's the thing, right? Once Chalk gets so much gold, he can start taking every damage you deal out and also healing for a bunch of it and getting a lot of damage absorbed. And so he's a very tanky character naturally. It does have a lot of damage dealt out as well. Transcendence completed here for Zapman. We got Boots 2 combat boots completed. Looking on Nod to finish off that Chronos pendant early. Actually, you know, honestly, if he's going to go for a book here, it's really weird that he's going to start picking that up, rushing it down. Unless he's going for an early Rod, which he certainly could. But imagine for Giannis, you want that CDR, especially with the portal saving your life so many times. Most likely going to be picking up the Chronos pendant. And then, you know, if he goes into a book, I'd be rather shocked here to see him do it. Chalk going to go over on the right side, looking for a shot here. The portal's going to come on out. There goes the mid-camp clear from Snipe. Shing's got the wall. Frostbite on Kiki or not. He's very tanky though, to be careful. Nemesis ultimate. There goes the Chalk up on the top. Wicked forced away. The portal on the ground. Normal's going to do no damage here, avoiding a lot of shots. Jumping his last, but taking a lot of damage here. Up and there goes New Wall. A lot of spread. Oh, Ares ultimate going to pull too. Inside the damage goes. Rob's with the Astral Strike. There goes the kill on Shing. Derek going to go down as well. The Chalk hit's not going to land on Zetman, but so will Allied. We can come in here. Double dash whip bench, not going to get it. There goes the follow-up. Not is quite low, but the mid tower is exposed, Bart.
Hey, Last is picking up left side mid camp here as well, trying to recoup some of that gold. It's not going to happen, though. Snipe's going to chase him away and go for the Gold Fury on the back of that fight. Yet another good team fight. This time it's a 2-0 in favor of Snipe. They're going to pull ahead 6 kills to 1 and get a Gold Fury here. That's going to put their gold lead up to nearly 4,500 after this Gold Fury does go down. Indeed, 4,350 and 8,000 experience. The experience really the bigger issue as that man desperately tries to farm up here in the right side solo lane, but he's got to be careful not to get caught out as well. He's going to be forced to recall. Can't do too much damage to that tower.
We see Na clearing out the wave in the mid lane here, keeping up. Look at the damage dealt so far. We see player damage on the side of Dignitas goes to Lassus at 4,200 across the way. We do see Snipe. Top damage goes to Jerby, and of course he does hit 5 people when he presses 4. So that's kind of cheating as far as statistically goes. Right side Shing has returned back to his lane and trying to push Kiki or Na back to his tower here. But it's already a 2-level advantage for Kiki, plus a big gold difference after that Gold Fury. I mean, we see almost 5,000 gold and 9,000 experience at 14 minutes.
The experience is just way too much. The 9,000 experience is a big problem. Level 15 Jeremy, he's going to get to his level 3 and level 4 ultimates very, very early in this game compared to the HP scaling from the rest of Team Dignitas. That's a nice through space and time by Gnaw. Is it going to be enough to actually get last in there? He's going to miss the special delivery, and now Kiki's turning this around. Here comes Weekend. He's going to be able to get a big slow out on the Shing. Shing's already had his wing one pop, but able to go through the portals placed by Gnaw. Nice heads-up play by the mid laner of Team Dignitas, but here comes Incon rallying and looking for that Ares ultimate.
Shing's going to go on a home here. Incon looking for that blink initiation. We do see that since Data Card rotated over and everyone's on the right side of the map, Derby says, okay, I'll take your tower. Puts the wards down on the ground, of course, can summon his own wave. Looks like he might be getting pretty closer. And Civil Vortex is going to land. There goes the fog, ticking, ticking, ticking. And that should be enough for him to get on out. Ulting up in the air, looking to find the right side. Shing's taking a lot of damage from the new walls with the chain. Should finish him off, indeed it will. Last is dropping low. Pops his ultimate, but a little bit too late. Incon's looking for flames here on Dare to Care. Rotating over is going to be not. Civil Vortex is going to hit 2, but does literally no damage to weaken. A little bit to Incon there, of course, as he did take 2 balls instead of 1. Heading on home is going to be Gnaw, and Dare to Care. This tower is pretty much exposed. Can they actually reduce down the wave? He's going to do it in 9. There's a rollout, forcing Weekend back. Chalk jumping in. Dare to Care may be in trouble. No rollout. He used the rollout to clear the wave instead of escaping. He's got nowhere to go.
Smart play by Snipe there, realizing the rollout was down. They take him out. They're also going to take a tier 1 on the left side of the map. That gold lead that was pretty manageable at about that 4,000 mark is now turned into an 8,000 gold lead in favor of Snipe. And even more importantly, another 6,000 experience added on top of that 14k that they are up. Level 17 on Jerb, 16 apiece for Weekend and Allied across the way. Derek sitting at level 11, but Shig and the Soul Lane at level 12, Lassus and Zapman at 13 with not 14 in the mid. They are way behind in this game.
Snipe is getting literally a 1,000 experience lead difference for every minute of the match.
Oh, and not in a lot of trouble now is the chain. Third chain going to hit. He may just die outright to this. No, dashing away, using the ultimate is not to get out of that Ares chain. And that's just 3 Ares chains. Normal abilities on a normal cooldown. An ultimate forced out of those. And Incon's really making this Ares pick be felt at 3, 1, and 4. Gotta be happy if you got him on your fantasy team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's making a huge difference there.
Hint, I am happy.
Oh.
He's on my fantasy team.
I couldn't tell you were laying it on very thick there. I mean, we're going to push it on. I mean, now the right side tower is exposed, but can it really make a big difference? I mean, the experience is so hard here for Dig. Look across the board. Jerby's level 17. Gnaw is level 14. Level 18. There's a 4-level difference between the 2 mid laners right now.
Yeah, big
8,800 gold versus Gnaw 7,100. It's a 1,700 gold deficit. Right side tower should fall. Last one cleared out here. There's ultimate coming out from Chalk, looking for the hit. Going to find it. Kiki forcing him off the tower, but all that damage taken just for that 1 tier 1. Incon's looking to blink over the wall here, possibly pick up a Gnaw. Gnaw doesn't have an ultimate available just yet. Should be coming off cooldown shortly, though. Gnaw in trouble, puts the portal out, teleports away. Right side Dedicator is still standing about. Zapman is pushing, and he's not an Apollo. He's leaving his team alone here to try and split push this tower down. The mid tower is now under pressure. The Gold Fear is going to come up in just about 30 seconds or so. Oh, wow.
Zapman will find himself at least a little damage on this tower. He's going to recall before trying to put too much into it. Doesn't want to get caught out again there, but he actually did have a little bit of space. Of course, we can see the whole map, and he can't. Plus, he has no wards on this side, which got to make him a little bit frustrated. Lassus is now going to be the one to take up the split push as, well, Snipe pressures this mid lane pretty heavily. And Gnaw, there's a Blink Ares, and he's pretty far forward. Going to take an ultimate there from Weekend, and here comes Incon. That's a 3-man ultimate for Ares. Who can get out of this? Dare to Care can't. 2 more used. New ultimate going to rain down as well. They're going to see Lassus positioning outright by using that ultimate. Here comes the shot from Allied. Allied waits, holds the stroke, takes 2 kills now with that ultimate. Wow! As well. Great patience there by Allied, finding the correct targets. Derricker getting chased out, and now it's Lassus in the awkward position. Going to try to, well, I guess ult back towards his base. There it is, but it's not very long. And Allied still here. 1, 2, 3 shots as well. It's going to take 2, and a Gem Shield coming out. Now Allied turns his attention to the rest of the team. He's just so strong, and with a piercing shot can slow them down. Lassus forced a recall in between the tier 1 and tier 2. Derricker not going to get silenced. Going to be A-OK, but they will give up their Phoenix to this here in the mid lane at only 18 minutes, 20 seconds. This is a very early Phoenix for Snipe, and they can take a Fire Giant off the back of this. They're still pretty healthy.
Allied is winning some hearts with this game right now. He waited for the portal to go, and as soon as Gnaw went through the portal, he met an Astral Barrage right when he landed, and without wasting any time, he turns over and shoots down and gets the kill on the backside as well. He is playing so incredibly well with this ROM and showing his stuff. He's already got a Short Sword, an Executioner, a Warrior Tabi, and Devourer's Gauntlet. Kiki's going to find Last. What is Last doing up here by himself? Nowhere to go. Last goes down. Dare doing way too much damage here as the Gold Fury is already back up. Dare will fall before the Gold Fury. He teleports out thanks to the ultimate coming out from Gnaw, so he will survive. Zapman Zatman throws out the axe there. Nas on the left side looking for the kill on Jerby. There goes the initiation from Shing. Frost Breath. Glacial Strike. Jerby gonna go down. Great play by Dignitas. Looking for a follow-up here. Na dropping very low. Gonna die to Allied through the wall. Astral Barrage. There goes the hit. Zatman going through. Getting pulled down. There goes the hit from Astral Barrage on top. Allied's gonna get the AoE damage enough to take down Zatman. It's gonna be a 3-for-1 exchange. All that for Jerby.
Yeah, they had to go pretty deep for Jerby, and yet another 3-for-1 trade going in favor of Snipe. They've gotten the better of basically every fight. They won the laning phase as well. And this time it didn't come in the way we've seen teams beat Dignitas so far. It was actually Shing's lane the one that seemed pretty deficient here that they were able to really abuse. A nice ultimate there by Dare to Care, but it's just 2 Guardians here putting out damage. They need to be careful not to get turned on, and turned on they will be as the silence comes out. Just not enough. And now it's going to be Shing slowed down. Weakened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 auto attacks needed. Only going to find 2 of them. Walled now. Nice wall. Awkward wall, but nicely placed by Shing there. Going to keep Winking from being able to pursue. And but Shing and, well, Dignitas starting to fall behind Shing's old team here of Snipe. 11,000 gold, 20,000 experience now in their favor.
I love that play by Snipe. The Gold Fury was getting low, but it wasn't at threshold yet. It was about 45% HP. You need 30% to, 25% to exit it there. And so, it was just above the amount needed to kill it off. And the biggest thing for them is that they're able to just jump off of it, but not leash it, and just force Dare to Care to take so much damage. I mean, Shing and Dare to Care worked hard. They put the wall down. They got the Frost Breath. They got the ultimate from Geb. They got the initiation. They tried to get close to it, but they couldn't do any single target damage to actually take it down enough to execute it. And so as soon as it was done, they're like, oh, okay, let's go back to our Gold Fury.
Yeah. Oh, we'll just take the Gold Fury. That's fine. So Dignitas is still really anemic when it comes to damage. A Chronos Pendant, not really a true damage item for Gnaw. Transcendence on Zatman, the only real damage item they have. A Heartseeker for Lassus out of the jungle and his crit coming online. But that really does it. Winged Wand, Height of the Urchin, cooldown for Shing, so no real damage items there. Dare to Care, of course, in the support role, not much either. But across the board, they don't have the damage items coming out. When you look on the other side, you have 2 Executioners plus crits being started. And let's hold that thought as Dare to Care is going to get caught out here. The Fire Giant just wanted to ward. The poor guy just wanted to ward, but now he's going to go down, and this means the Fire Giant is going to be very free for Snipe if they want it. Chasing out Shing as well. He's trying for his wall, trying to get to a choke, and it looks like he will make it there, but he's going to go ahead and start ulting. It's going to hit only Weaken, and Weaken is happy to take that damage while he continues on in. Allied with his ultimate coming out as well. We can continue to try to chase down Shing, but now it's just Shing completely out of this fight as Zatman's rotating in. Incon's Flames going to have to pick him up. Jerby will fall to Gnaw. Jerby did not have the ultimate available, though, at that point anyway, so not much more he can contribute besides burst damage, and plenty of it there. Gnaw with a double kill now onto Giannis, and looking pretty good here is Gnaw, but is it going to be enough to keep Dignitas into this game? It will at least stall out the Fire Giant.
Yeah, they don't really have the tools they need to take the Fire Giant right now. They don't have the single target damage they need from Allied. So beautiful play from Gnaw, throwing out that Unstable Vortex over the wall. Zatman getting a little bit greedy and going deep there. Same thing goes for Lass, dashing away. We did see a little bit of the interaction I was talking about earlier there, Bart, where Lass was forced to buy an Aegis Amulet and also use it there to defend the ultimate coming out from Incon. And once the Aegis Amulet was down, of course, Allied up in the air could do a lot of damage to him. You could force him away, and Lass had to retreat ultimately because of his HP value. So forcing the Aegis Amulet, which would normally protect him from damage, would be used just to prevent the Ares ultimate overall, so a nice interaction there. Look at the gold overall. We can still see 10.6k in favor of Snipe, 18.5k experience, 18 to 4. I mean, they're sitting at a very, very big deficit. They've only put 4 kills on the board. Now, they do have some strong late game carry potential with Ul, Mercury, and Giannis, but they got to get something for it.
They got a lot of kills and they committed pretty heavily to it, but weren't able to get anything. And now they committed very heavily once again. And it's going to be the Incon who blinks away. He's just continuing on in. Magus Blessing's going to come out. He's going to try to ult them. And I'm not sure if they realize that the jig is up, because here comes the rest of Snipe. Weekend going in there. It's still a fight in favor of Dignitas, at least for the moment, but Incon's going to kill Lassus. He's just too weak to go up against his Ares with all of his damage. Kiki rushing forward and zoning out the rest of the team as that man's forced out, trying to deal with him. Down to go Shing as well. Their CC is pretty much all gone. Geb completely out of this fight. It's a 3-for-0 trade as they get baited in by Incontinential's Ares.
Dare to Care sitting back, looking to steal this away. It's his only chance to get his team back in this match. He cannot let this one go. He gets spotted out by Weaken, now by himself. The Shockwave is not going to be able to save his life. He's not going to go down into the team. The Fire Giant is still going. Great zoning by Ally here, fighting with Zatman. Zatman's got nowhere to go. He jumps over the wall. Doesn't have an ultimate available. He does not. Needs to get a roll. Not going to go for it, actually. Knows he's backing away. Dare to Care got killed off there by Weaken. Tried to go in and steal away the Fire Giant, but could not do it ultimately. A 4-man back coming out from Snipe right now. 22 to 4. 24 minutes into this match. They have Fire Giant buff, 12,000 gold, 22,000 experience, and Dignitas is really reeling from this early game and late game transition from Snipe, where they just haven't put a point on the board.
Yeah, they are. They're struggling here. 4-22 in the kills, as you mentioned. There is a pretty big disparity. The golden experience. There's not really anything left to say about that. 12,000 and 22,000 gold. Dignitas is in a hole. Team Dig has dug themselves a deep one here, and they really just got to try to take the right fight at the Fire Giant, find a win, split push a little bit where they can, recoup some gold from structures and objectives. If they can get a gold Fury, that'll help them a lot. Just they need to get a little bit deeper in their itemizations. Good news for them, Gnaw has finished Rada Tahuti, and Deathbringer have done Olasses. So the biggest items they can get, they have gotten. Let's hold that thought is on the left side. It's Allied's Rom going to go up under the tower here, and he's being pressured by Zatman and Lassus, but I'm not sure that they really want to dive this as Allies continue to play aggressive.
Looking forward on the left side, dashing forward. That's going to find him under tower. H-Salmon comes out here. Does he have enough damage to take him out? There goes the shot. Salmon's low as well. The ultimate coming out from Nuwa, but not necessary as Allied 2v1 team. Throw it out for Allied. In the meantime, Snipe is taking on the mid lane. There's Zedico jumping. Got the ultimate. Weak is going to jump on top of him, lowering his protections, of course, preventing him from getting away. A 3-man Incon ultimate pulls him, gets a kill on top. Shin goes down, looking for Gnaw. Gnaw can't get away from this. They're getting puts the portal on the ground, but the Titan is exposed here, thanks to Allied getting a 2v1 in the left lane, leaving his 3-man team behind. Dig cannot defend this. Gnaw throws out the unstable vortex of Frutility and trying to take this down, but it cannot actually do it. The portal on the ground, and this will be the end for Team Dignitas. They are the first team in the SPL to go 0-4.
Will Dignitas win or not? The answer today was nah.
No.
Not a win for them. Kiki or nah, having a very strong game against Xing. Kept him down basically the entire time. The Nuwa ultimates didn't factor it super heavily, it seemed like. I mean, granted, it's just an extra 1,000 damage beginning of those team fights, and it wasn't like they were winning them by just a couple hundred HP, but it certainly didn't hurt.
Well, I mean, it amplifies, right? I mean, they're just going to go ahead and start moving. And you're looking at, right, it's just going to go, early game loss into the mid game transition, no team fight, no objectives, into late game, late damage. But, I really want to see the star of this, kind of small skirmish battle, Allied. I mean, he's got that strong presence with the ultimate. So let's bring him back a little bit to that last match where Allied got a double kill with his ultimate here. But just watch him play this out. I mean, 100 mid tower, of course. Ultimate comes out here onto Gnaw. I like the fact that he waits for this portal on Gnaw. You can see him running over to the wall. Gnaw's going to put the portal up, but Allied's going to go up into the air right about now. Looks like it ready to go. Damage goes out onto it. There it is. Portal, waits for it. Right when he lands and turns immediately. Kerpow!
And Snipes out Xing their Allied. Definitely the player of this game, and congratulations to Snipe for taking out Team Dignitas. Guys, we're just moments away from our final game today, which is going to be the boys from, well, Team Ratchet, known as Thirst, of course, and Cognitive Prime. We'll see that in just a couple of minutes, guys. For Jawbear, hi-rez Bart. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back at the top of the hour with Thirst versus Cog Prime.